you. Talk to you later.
All right. You have a good night. Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Okay. Let's see. Here we bring Joseph in.
Yes.
We chatted the other day for a few minutes just to make sure everything was cool with the connection and all. So, hello, Joseph.
There he is.
Hey, how's it going?
How you doing?
I'm going well. How are you doing?
Okay. We're doing good. Yeah, the show actually went by flawlessly, which
Smooth.
was amazing, you know.
That's fantastic. That's awesome. Right. Yeah, I've been listening to it, so it's been fantastic.
It's been right on the minute, and we've been moving quickly. So give the audience a little bit of details about yourself, and we'll chat about your story. Go ahead.
Hello, everyone. All right. My name is Joe Ramshaw. I'm from Australia. I'm 23 years old. I'm currently engaged to a beautiful woman who's very supportive of me, which is awesome, which is what we all need. Am I right?
Yep, that's right.
Absolutely.
So basically, my story in Journals of Horror is called Hole, and it's about a sort of British soldier in sort of an undisclosed war of some kind. Like my history skills and my skills of like particularly war history are like really bad, so I have no idea. When I say undisclosed, I mean I literally don't know any.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know my Waterloo from my World War II, you know. So like, I'm just kind of like, yeah, it's a war. It's happening in some undisclosed year, and this is what happened.
So yeah, I mean, it could be anything.
Yeah, exactly.
I
want to limit myself to one location. Yeah. But basically, it's about it's, as you know, all the stories are written in different sort of unexpected places. So my story is written on a ribbon of toilet paper. Yeah, which is what I first thought of when I read the submission call online from Terry. It was just like looking for stories that are found in the most unexpected places. So that was the first thing that popped into my head.
Wow.
So I immediately started writing, and I think it was Jeff O'Brien was saying earlier, you know, he just sat down and wrote the story in like 15 minutes. It was the same with me. I'm not as quick as him, obviously, because it took me a couple of hours, and I think my story is a lot shorter. It's like 2 pages long or something. But it's just like I just started writing straight away, and I didn't even know what I was going to write. But then the story just kind of came out of me, which is kind of ironic if you read the story, because it's about something coming violently out of somebody else while he's on the toilet.
Wow.
So it's pretty ironic in that way that the story came out of me like a really painful arse birth, if you will.
What was the title? What's the title of your story again?
It's called Hole.
Hole. Okay.
Hole. Yeah, it's a pretty evocative title, but basically it's about so this guy is out in the war, and he's in a little latrine, pretty bad conditions, and he's telling his story, writing it on toilet paper just to distract himself from the intense pain coming from his anal region.
Yeah. Wow.
And so it was really fun and really gross, and as I was writing it, it was just like so much fun. I was just cracking up the whole time, and I just got all my friends and all my family to read it, and my little sister to read it, and she loved it, and everyone. So it was just Terry actually said to me that it was one of the most disturbing stories he's ever read, and that was great praise, but I was like, to me, it was just my version of a light-hearted comedy, you know? It's my romantic comedy. There's no romance in it.
Oh, wow.
That's
pretty cool. That's pretty cool. It sounds like it's going to be an interesting story to read. It sounds like it's going to really grab the reader. So it's funny and scary.
Sounds great to me.
Nice mix there. Pretty cool. Is there any other projects or anything else you're working on currently you want to tell everybody about, or any websites or blogs?
At the moment, I haven't unfortunately got my own website, but I do have a Facebook page like everyone else. It's Joe Ramshaw Horror Writer. If you want to look that up and follow me and find out all the weird and wonderful things that I get up to. But at the moment, I'm dabbling in high fantasy. So I'm working on a story at the moment. It's something I've never done. I'm working with trolls and goblins and bone demons. I've got my Dungeons and Dragons monster manual next to me. It's fantastic, fantastic inspiration.
I've been playing since the 80s, since the early 80s. So yeah.
Awesome. I've never actually played proper. I used to play Pathfinder back in the day, but and dabbled in a bit of Shadowrun and that kind of thing. But I'm a proper nerd.
Pretty cool. Was there anything else you wanted to promote? I don't. If you got the time, if you wanted, I mean, if we end up.
Yeah, totally. I love. Yeah. I'm trying to think. I had a whole things I wanted to talk about. Now it's all gone out of my head. I think. What was I going to say? Oh, I just wanted to say how excited I am working in this anthology, because every other, I've submitted to a lot of anthologies, and all of them I hope that I get chosen for, but this one I really wanted to get into it. It just sounded so cool. It sounded like so much fun. Yeah. It reminded me of, when I read the description of the book itself, it reminded me a lot of the movie VHS and VHS.
Oh, yeah.
In that way that it's like a whole bunch of stories, but all told like you're actually seeing this, for real, but all combined together, via one thing that runs through the whole thing.
Right.
So that's what I liked about it, and that's what, and like I think it was Terry at the start, way back at the start of this whole thing, was saying that he wanted it to be like a Beatles album, and that's what it's like. Yeah, like a track that's just like every track, or an album where every track is just awesome, but there's weird tracks, there's really good tracks, there's long, there's short little pop numbers, so mine would fall under the short little pop number, but as long as I make one person kind of laugh while sitting on the toilet, then I'm happy.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I like the analogy of it being like a Beatles album, because like the White Album was like that, where there was it was so many different types of music in that, and each of the Beatles each had their own special tracks, and then they would work together on certain things. But there was a lot of weird stuff on that album,
there was.
So, but
all the is so timeless, like like it's like been however long it's been since that album came out, and I still listen to their stuff. I'm a new age guy. I love this. So hopefully this book will be as timeless as the White Album.
Yeah, pretty cool. It sounds like it's a cool idea for an anthology, and like we were saying earlier, it's like I've never heard anybody do found fiction as an anthology. I mean, journal stories has been done. We mentioned books.
I had to be a part of it as soon as I heard about it. I was just like, I have to write, even if like I got to write something. So that's why I just immediately brought Word up on my computer, just started banging at the keyboard, and like it somehow came out with a story that made me just laugh my head off, and was just like, and I remember when I got the Terry's email saying that it had been accepted, and I was just over the moon, and I was so excited.
Cool.
It's been so great coming on here and talking about it and doing Facebook promotions for it and stuff, and hearing everyone else talk about it has been awesome. Like I loved Stuart Keen's story. So I'm hearing him talk about his, and Michael Thomas Knight, his story with the shadow people in the girls' bed and stuff was awesome. There was one other one that I wanted to mention that I really, really loved that you should totally read when you get around to reading it. It was called Girl in the Woods by Evan Purcell, and I don't think he's on today. I'm the last, so he wasn't on. But his story, I just wanted to give a shout out because that was probably my favorite story in the whole collection. It was really awesome, really done. Apart from mine.
It's It sounds like a great book. Like I said, I'm going to eventually try to sit and read a few of these stories soon as I can. So it sounds like a great book, and it sounds like it's really going to be a big hit. And who knows? Hey, maybe there'll be a second one coming out in a year or so. You never know.
I want to be a part. I hope I can come up with another idea and be a part of it.
Yeah. Very cool. Was there anything else real quick? If not, we're gonna kind of bring everything to a close here in a moment.
Yeah. Oh, I guess I was just sort of going to mention that I don't really have anything else extra to promote, but I was just sort of going to say that even though I've been writing for about 5 years now, so I graduated high school in about 2008, and since then I was unemployed, so I was like, what am I going to do with all this spare time? So then I was like, writing, that's what I always wanted to do, so I thought I can make these stories. So I wrote this like really dodgy story about zombie Nazis that, like, when I saw Dead Snow years later, I was like, oh, that's that story I wrote. But and I wrote this really bad one about monkeys from space that crash land in this pod, and then these 3 people come upon it, and then they get attacked, and they get into this kind of monkey western. So it's kind of like a zombie western, but with monkeys. And like,
that's cool.
Write that one maybe now that I'm going down that fantasy trail, but and then it's slowly and then I started reading more Richard Lehman and stuff, and like I wrote this story that was really disturbing, and I really pushed myself to the edge, and I realized that's what I want to do. I want to push myself and write the most disturbing stuff I can think of, and that's what I do. So that's what it's all about for me.
Sounds cool. Sounds like
Excellent.
you got a good hold on what you want to write, and definitely a market for it. So yeah, very cool.
Definitely. Yeah, I'm just gonna, as long as people keep wanting to read horror and wanting to be scared like I do, then I'm happy. Like, I just want to entertain people. That's what it's all about. Like, just pure entertainment. That's what this book is. It's just non-stop. It's like a gift bag of just non-stop horrors. You know, like it's the perfect gift, the perfect Christmas gift.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Yeah, everybody out there, go purchase the book and
it's really $4. Come on, it's the cheapest gift ever.
Yeah, sounds cool. Joseph, thank you for being here. It was great chatting with you, and we're chatting with you in the future because was it Thursday afternoon your time? It's almost noon there, right?
It's about 12:45 here in Australia.
Yeah, adventure of time travel.
Yeah. So, well, it was great chatting with you, and we still have Christopher here too. I want to chat with him before we end the show here. So, but you have a good night, Joseph.
All right,
good day. Good day, I should
all right,
say.
Yeah. Oh, you too. Have a good night. All right.
You take care.
Take care, Joe.
Chris.
Yes. Hey.
Yeah, I was going to say, you want to say hi to Joseph real fast?
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey. Yeah, good. How you doing?
All right. I enjoyed your story.
All right. Yeah, I haven't gotten around to reading your story yet, but it sounded really good when I was listening to you talk about it. So I felt bad because I was going to try and read it really quickly during the show, but it was a bit too long.
I know it's
so
a bit
much
long.
going on.
Sorry.
I know. Maybe send me the short version. No, I'm kidding. I'll read
the short version.
Oh God. All right.
Cool.
Okay, I better go then.
All right,
so you can wrap up.
All right, good day. We'll talk to you again sometime, Joseph. Take care.
I would love to. All right, catch you later.
All right, bye-bye. Chris,